Oh, it has been a while. Hello. Welcome to Not Your Journey to Take, Sip, and Chat. I hope everyone is well and I hope that everyone has had a great day. I want to thank you so much for joining me. Our topic today is unwanted conversations, unprepared responses. Unwanted conversations and unprepared responses. So, my name is Keisha Mason Campbell. I am the author of Not Your Journey to Take. I am also the freedom fixer. I teach women that no is a complete sentence. I show them how to set healthy boundaries. I help them prepare or develop ready responses, all while putting their needs first when it comes to their loved ones. So, again, today's topic is unwanted conversations, unprepared responses. So, before we get into the meat of it, let's talk a little bit about ready responses, right? And being prepared when it comes to living life and dealing with people. So, you can't take care of yourself or take care of anyone else if you haven't taken care of yourself first, right? If you've ever flown, what does the flight attendant say? If we lose cabin pressure, hey, Artie, if you lose cabin pressure, put your mask on first. You get that? If you lose cabin pressure, put your mask on first, and then you can help others. You can't help anyone if you haven't helped yourself first. So even when we get on an airplane, they tell you the same thing. Losing cabin pressure, put your mask on first, and then you can help others. So this is the same way that we should live life. You have to put yourself first so that you can help other people. You can't help people if you aren't healthy, right? So let's talk about 5 mistakes most people make with not putting themselves first. One, always being readily available. Why are we always readily available for others? The phone rings. Hello. Ding ding, text come through, responding immediately. Why? You don't have to. It's not a requirement. There's nothing in a rule book that says as soon as the phone rings, as soon as a text message comes through, that you have to respond and that you have to answer. You don't have to do that. That is a choice. And that is your choice. And sometimes for your livelihood and for your peacefulness, sometimes you don't need to answer the phone. Or when you miss the call, you don't have to call them back immediately. I'm not saying don't call back. I'm just saying maybe not immediately, not as soon as you realize that you missed the call. Number two, always being readily available for others. They call you, come take me someplace. They call you, can you loan me? They call you, can you do this or can you do that? If you don't want to, say no. Again, that is not a requirement. You do not have to be readily available to others. There's nothing in there that says, oh, well, I have this and that going on. I need to be readily available when he or she called me, my cousin called me, my mother called me, my cousin called me, my kids called me. There's nothing in a rule book that says that you have to be readily available. It's okay to help when you are able to or when you want to. But if you have other things going on, you don't have to, right? Number three, how you doing? Number three, not taking time for yourself. Self-care. And self-care isn't always getting a mani and a pedi. Self-care sometimes is doing nothing, reading a book, sitting at the beach, you know, sitting at a desk and just thinking. If work relaxes you, then work. If driving relaxes you, then take a drive. Do something that requires you to take care of yourself. Again, you can't take care of anybody else if you haven't taken care of yourself first. Four, knowing the power of no. I can't stress that enough. Knowing the power of no. No is a complete sentence. Yes, it may be 2 words. Excuse me. Yes, it may be 2 letters, but it's an entire word. It is an entire sentence all by itself. No is a complete sentence. Know the power of no. You don't have to do anything that you don't want to do. You don't have to feel obligated to take care of somebody else because they asked you to. You don't have to feel obligated to show up if you don't want to. Because if you haven't taken care of you first, you can't take care of anybody else. And number 5, not having ready responses. Ready responses are necessary. I know some people say, oh, why would you premeditate a response? Why would you want to have a response pre-prepared just in case somebody asks you a question? Well, I want to put me first. 2, I care about my livelihood. 3, I need to focus on me, and I can't help you if I haven't helped me first. I can't do that. So we'll go through those 5 again. 1, you do not have to answer the phone each time it rings. You do not have to respond to a text message every time it comes through. If you miss a call, no, you do not have to call them back immediately. I'm not saying not respond to the text. I'm not saying not answer the phone all the time. I'm not saying not call them back when you see that you have missed a call. I am saying doing it in your time, doing it when you feel like it, doing it when you get ready. Because again, if we don't take care of ourselves, we can't take care of anybody else. 2, always being readily available. You do not have to be readily available for everybody all the time. If you're always readily available for everybody all the time, when are you available for you? Let's think about that. If you're always readily available for everybody else all the time, when are you readily available for you? 3, self-care. Self-care. Again, self-care is not getting mani and petties all the time. It's not always going to get a massage and hanging out with your friends. Sometimes self-care is just being at peace, doing absolutely nothing, taking time for you, regrouping, thinking about life, thinking about what's going on. Self-care. Know what that means and know what that is to you. Find out what it is that makes you happy so that you can take care of yourself. Because again, everything we're talking about, if you can't take care of yourself, you cannot take care of anybody else. Like I said earlier, everybody, well, the majority of people, I would guess, has taken a plane. And if you haven't gotten on a plane yourself, you've at least watched a movie, right? Where a plane was there and you saw, I'm going to say stewardess. They're not stewardesses anymore. The flight attendants. The flight attendants tell you, put your mask on first before you help anybody else. Self-care. I can't help you if I haven't helped me first. So once I've taken care of me, just give me time. I can help you. I can assist you. I can be there for you. But you have to give me time and you have to respect the fact that I may tell you no because I don't want to. I may tell you no because it's not today. I may tell you no because I don't feel like it, which takes me into number 4. Knowing that no, those 2 letters, knowing that no is a complete sentence. Number 4 probably should have been number 1, but number 4 is knowing that no is a complete sentence. Short word, 2 letters, but has an entire meaning, and it means a lot. And sometimes we're afraid to say no. We don't want to say no for fear of what somebody would say or think. But that's not your problem, right? Because if you don't take care of you, what difference does it make? Right? What difference does it make if you haven't taken care of you first? So know that no is a complete sentence. Don't be afraid to use it. Don't be afraid to say it. Don't fear what somebody else is going to say or do or how they're going to react to you because you say no. Only you can take care of you first before you can take care of anybody else. And number 5, one of my favorites, having ready responses. That's not being rude. That's not being disrespectful. That's not being there for people. When you have often, whether it be from the same person, different people, but the same type of questions, you can pretty much create your ready responses. And they won't be disrespectful. They won't be rude. They won't hurt anybody and definitely not hurt you. But it's okay to have, right? So, I have a relative and they'll say things like, "Oh, I was going to call an Uber, but I decided to call you so you can take me to the store." What? What about that makes that situation be okay? What about that makes me obligated to go and take you to the store because you don't want to call an Uber, a cab, ride share, whatever your flavor is? What makes that okay for you to say, "Oh, I, I would rather call you than to call an Uber"? So you don't want to pay for, don't know what it is that I'm doing and what I got to take care of. You want me to stop what I'm doing, come get you, take you where you want to go, and then come on back home. What sense does that make? When you can hire somebody to do what it is they're supposed to do, which is a Uber, a cab, a ride share, whatever your flavor. That's what they do. So you want to call me because you expect me to stop, drop, and roll, hop in my car, and come and take care of you. Like, why? Why is that okay? And why is it that you think it's okay to say that to me? Right? Why do you think that that's okay to say that to me? To say, "Oh, I was gonna call a ride share, but you know what? I think you should take me. Come get me and take me to the store." You didn't ask. You didn't ask what I had going on. You didn't ask, was I busy? You didn't even ask if I wanted to take you. You didn't ask anything. You made it a requirement for me without even getting my permission. You made it a requirement for me without getting my permission. How is any of that okay? So your expectation is, "Oh, I'm going to call Keisha. I need a ride to the store. I'm not going to call a ride share. I'm not going to call an Uber. I'm not going to call a cab. Keisha's going to stop, drop, and roll, hop in her car, and come take me to the store." Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I love you, but that answer is no. I'm not stopping what I'm doing to go and take care of you because that's what you want. That's right, Keisha. They are accustomed to you being there and that capacity where I am always readily available. No, no, no. Those days have been over. And that's why I'm here to help you. If you feel that you struggle with the ready responses, being able to tell someone no, being able to say, "You know what, not at this time, not today, I can't, I won't, I don't, and I'm not going to." If you struggle with having those conversations, you struggle with trying to find a balance without feeling bad or feeling obligated or feeling like you have to take care of someone else because they ask, right? Because just because they ask doesn't mean you have to. That is your choice. So if you know that you are ready to make that change and you're ready to, start to say, "Listen, I need to have my ready responses. I need to put myself first. I need to know that no is a complete sentence and I need to implement those strategies in my life." If that's something you feel like you need to do and you are ready and you are at that point, but you just need a little nudge, you need a little bit of help to just get you over the threshold. You just need a little something in your life to say, "Listen, I can make this happen for me. I can put me first. I know that no is a complete sentence. I know that I need to take care of me first before I can take care of anybody else. I know that I need to create these ready responses. So if I'm in the midst of doing whatever for myself, I don't have to sit here and think about what I'm trying to say to you when I already know from the beginning of the conversation that it's no." I already know from the beginning of the conversation that it is a no. So if you're feeling like I need just a little bit of assistance, right? I want to get on a program where I need some assistance with somebody who can help me just get over that threshold. Help me be able to say no and not feel bad, not feel obligated, and not back up on that no and go do it anyway. That's not what no means. No means no. No doesn't mean no, well, yeah, I'll go ahead and do it. That's not what no means. No means no. That's a great question, Keisha. So the question is, how did I come to understand that I needed ready responses? I was asked so much, so often to do so many things. And Keisha, I was pulled in 100 directions all at the same time. And I could not fulfill those obligations. I became stressed out. I just felt like I just couldn't show up for me. I couldn't show up for me. And with that being said, I was like, you've got to do something. You've got to do something because this isn't working. You're not happy. You're not healthy. Everything you do is for somebody. And the turning point, Keisha, right, is a conversation. I had a conversation with a friend, and my friend said, Keisha, what makes you happy? And I couldn't even answer because every answer I gave was in reference to somebody else. Like, oh, well, I'm happy when my nieces and nephews do this. I'm happy when my brothers do that. I'm happy when my mom and dad do this. And my friend was like, wait a minute. You have said nothing about you. You have said absolutely nothing about you. Everything about your happiness is about somebody else. And I realized, like, wow, it's time to pump those brakes, learn how to create this balance here, and learn how to make people respect where I was and how I felt, and respect my no, respect my ready responses, respect the fact that I can't show up for you just because you call me. I can't show up for you just because you decide to send me a text. I can't show up for you just because you decide today you need me and I need to stop, drop, and roll and come take care of you. I can't do that anymore. And I'm going to tell you, Keisha, it was an amazing feeling when I finally got comfortable doing it. Because just like other people out here today, you feel uncomfortable saying no. You feel a little shaky when you say, well, I don't know if I can do that for you right now, right? You feel uncomfortable in that space. And I'm here to tell you, when you get comfortable in that space and saying no, you get in a space where you have these ready responses available, where you are not, stop doing what you're doing to stop living for you to give to somebody else. And I'm not saying you can't share. I'm not saying you can't help people. I'm not saying you can't give to people, but do it on your terms. Do it on your terms. Do what's best for you. Do what's going to take care of you and put you first. Just like when you catch that plane, put your mask on first before you help anybody else's. And they tell you that even when you have a baby, right? Even when you have a baby, when you're on a plane, they tell you put your mask on first and then put the child's mask on. If that doesn't resonate with you to tell you to put yourself first, because you can't help somebody if you haven't helped yourself. You can't take care of somebody if you're not taking care of yourself. And if that means knowing that no is a complete sentence, if that means having prepared responses that I call ready responses, then that's what you need to do. And you will find that things will be so much lighter. Your response to people will be so much better. And people will respect you more than you think. As much as we think, oh, you're going to be angry with me, you're going to be mad with me, you're not going to talk to me anymore. Please believe me, that is too far from the truth. They will look at you and they'll be like, oh, okay, I understand. Okay, well, you know what? I'm glad you said that. Oh, wow. Hey, I'm proud of you for taking care of yourself. You will be surprised of the responses that you will get. It will not be negative like you think. And for the negative ones that you get, usually it's from somebody who is super selfish, self-centered, and only thinking about themselves and not considering you at all. You don't want to be bothered with them anyway. Whether it be family, friends, doesn't matter. If they can't respect you when you're no, they can't respect you and your ready responses. They can't respect where you are, who you are, and what you're wanting to do, or the fact that you are putting you first. Why would you want to deal with them anyway? So if you need a little bit of help to help you be able to get over that threshold, to be able to give you a nudge, to help you be able to say, nope, not today. Um, you know, I would, but you can call that Uber and that Uber can take you faster than I can. Be safe. Let me know when you get back. Love you. It's as simple as that. And it's okay to say no. It's okay to give people alternative options. You do not have to be the end all say all. When we realize that, we will find out that life will be so much better for us, and we will live it in a different way. And we'll be so much happier, right? We'll be so much happier because then you're not stressed out about everybody else, what they think, how they feel, what they're going to say to me, how they're going to talk to me. Are they going to call me today? Are they going to call me tomorrow? Do they need this right now? Do they need this tomorrow? Do they need this yesterday? Do they need this next week? That won't be a thought. You won't think past whatever you got going on. You're not going to think about everything and everybody else because you don't have to. You don't have to. That is absolutely a choice. And we have a choice to choose us. We have a choice to put us first. We have a choice to take care of us so that we can take care of others within the capacity that we see fit. You dictate all of that for yourself. You dictate all of that for yourself. Just something to think about. So our 5 common mistakes are: 1, answering your phone every time it rings, responding to a text message every time it comes through. 2, always being readily available for others. You don't have to. 3, not taking time for yourself. Self-care is extremely important. 4, not knowing the power of no. Not knowing the power of no. 5, not having your ready responses. I can't stress that enough. Not having your ready responses. So again, if you feel like, you know what, this is me, I'm ready to say no. I'm ready to put myself first. I'm ready to create my ready responses so I don't feel bad or feel obligated because somebody is calling me. I am ready to do all those things. And I'm ready to put me first. How amazing is that? And people make you feel kind of funny, right? Because you're putting yourself first. They want to call you selfish and all these other things. Let them have it. Let them have it. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody will always have an opinion. Don't let that opinion dictate how you feel, where you go, and what you do. Don't let it have that much power over you. So if this is resonating with you and you're like, you know what, Keisha, I need to talk to you. If you need to talk to me, you can DM me, or you can go to my website, www.notyourjourneytotake.com, and schedule a call with me. And let's have a connect call. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. The program that I have, Not Your Journey to Take, is 10 weeks. In 10 weeks, you will learn that no is a complete sentence, how to set healthy boundaries, create your own ready responses, all while putting your needs first when it comes to your loved one. I want to thank all of you for joining me on my live tonight. It has been a minute since I've been up here, and I plan on trying to do this every week again. We used to do our midweek sip-in chat, so it might not be midweek, but we still have these sip-in chats. Normally, I have some coffee, some tea, or mimosa, just depends, right? So maybe next time we can set that up and everybody can have a little something to drink, whether it be coffee, tea, water, or mimosa, and then we can talk about it. So thank you so much for joining me. Our topic tonight was unwanted conversations and unprepared responses. I love you, I thank you, and I appreciate you for joining me. Y'all have a great night.